Okay, today we're going to work on opening up some hinge glass panels. We've got a Lifestyles here that I'll show you, and then we're going to go to the older Designer Series door, which is over there, and show you just how to open up that glass panel and be able to clean it. Alright, so on the Lifestyles, they just recently changed. There's a little hole right here, and there's another one down here, and then the other side also has two more holes as well. So we're going to take a little tool, something like this, and all you're going to do is stick it in the hole, and you're going to just push, and then it releases that panel. We'll go to the other side, do the same thing. And the glass panel will hinge towards you. This has a restrictor on it. It's just this little plastic piece up here. So if you do need to get in to clean a little more, you can unhook it, and it gives you a little bit more access to get inside there. And we're actually going to wipe this one down because it's a little dirty. Okay, we want to make sure and hook this back up, and it just fits into, it looks like this up top, so you're just really hooking it into this little channel here. And then that holds it in place. And then to close it back, we want to make sure this panel is sealed with a gasket on the back side. So we want to make sure and hear it click at each one of those locations that we've used that tool to open it up. So we'll just push till we hear it click. And that's it with the Lifestyles. Okay.
Now that tool that you use, Brian, it's not provided, right?
It is not provided from Pella. Pella suggests to use a very small flathead screwdriver.
Looks more like an ice pick.
This is more like one of the ice picks. Somebody has broken the tip off and it works perfect. The one I would use was a little bigger ice pick. It would get a little wider. That one worked great. The flathead screwdriver, sometimes you got to play in there a little more. The one trick with this is if you're having trouble getting it to open, you don't want to take it back towards the wood side. You want to take it towards the glass panel to release it. Let me open it back up. I want to show one more trick while we got it open. Can you get on this side over here maybe?
Sure.
Alright, so when you pushing that in, if you can see this little black piece there, all you're doing is you're compressing this piece in and it's allowing it to release. And that's all that's holding that glass panel in, is just that little black piece there. So when you go in and you push towards the hinge panel, you're actually opening up a little bit more. And if you go this way, you can see when I move this way, it's not moving it at all. It's actually taking it, locking it into the groove more. So you want to go in and towards your glass panel.
Now the big change in the Lifestyle compared to our old Designer Series is that it hinges from the bottom in, where the old ones hinge from the side, didn't they?
On the casements they
Yeah.
do. If you go to a door, it'd be hinged the same way on the side.
Okay.
Has to do with the side. The double hung's the same way. They tilt down towards you. And if you go to any of the doors, they still swing open like a door does as well. Alright, so this is our Designer Series. A little bit older door, but there's still a whole lot of those out there. First, anytime we're opening the glass panel, I will always raise the blind up, because as you're swinging this open, it's very easy to catch the blinds in it and bend some of those slats. So I always will just raise them up, that way they're up and out of the way. These right here are what you use to open your door. So there are 3 points here on this particular door that you have to get past to open it. There's going to be one here, one in the middle, and then there's one at the bottom. So the easiest way I've found to do this is I'll kind of pinch my fingers at the top of the glass panel, and I'm going to pull it towards me as I slide back. That way, as it unlocks, sometimes it doesn't pull out. So if I'm pulling towards me as I release it, it can't lock back into place. So we'll move down to the middle one, and we'll open it, and then we'll use this bottom one to catch our bottom one. It's got a little different setup than your Lifestyles. Still the same kind of release, but it's just a little different. And some of the newer designer series doors will actually not even have these. It'll be more like what you saw on the Lifestyles door. They're all interchangeable. You could actually put that new style right over top of this, and it still works just the same with these slides. And then again, like Dwayne mentioned earlier, it hinges open just like a door does.
But be mindful of your door hardware.
Yes, yeah. They are tempered, so you're not going to break anything, but if you go far enough, it does touch. These will have a restrictor string that you see up top. The other one had the plastic slide that held it in place. As long as you leave your string attached, this panel can't come out. When you unhook it, that's how we take them out to replace them. So again, you can see a little better here. It's sealed with a gasket. This is what's making your contact and giving you the 3 layers of glass. So as you push it back, you do want to hear it click. And as we close these back, since it's hinged like a door, I always start at the bottom and then I work my way up. Because if you get a bigger one, sometimes you start at the top and it's down a little bit and you can't get the bottom to push all the way in.
Brian, before you hook that, when they're closing, does that string automatically retract?
It should.
Okay, I see that one's doing it.
Yes, it should. But if they get paint on it or stain anywhere, when it gets to that point there, it'll stop and it'll just bunch up and it'll do something like this. You can kind of see it there.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then we can replace the string. It's not that hard to do. It's just a matter of tying 2 knots in it and then rewrapping it around the top of it. As you're pushing it back, this wooden piece here is all wood veneer over top of metal, aluminum. So you can push as hard as you need to on there to get it to latch back in. And again, you start at your bottom, push till you hear it click, and it's in place. I want to show, if you're not able to get these on, say these break off, I do want to show how you can use, most everybody has a putty knife. This is a 5-in-1 tool. You can use something like this to get in. If you're with Pella, Pella has made a tool like this. This is what this is designed for, is to open the hinge panel up. That's there.
So you're using the slide to locate where your release is.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're just guessing inside of there, and if you don't get to it, you can pop loose. It sounds like you're breaking stuff, but you're really not. You're just compressing this little pin in just enough to get it open. It's not the ideal way to do it, but if these break off early, that's the only way that you can get that open, is to use a tool like that. Line crooked now. Okay, that's it. That's how you open the Designer Series HGP and Lifestyles HGP.